Hello, welcome to my particle system. Let me just give you a quick rundown of what's going on first. We have two different sort of particle effects we can choose between. We have this nice purple smoke, and I can use Q and E to toggle between either the purple smoke or this kind of sparkler effect. Go back and forth, and if I want to, I can use W or S to change the number of particles. So this sparkler only has 40 particles right now. Let's crank it up to like 100 or so. Hey, look at that. And we can crank it back down, all the way back down to 0. And we can crank it back up again. So this is kind of like the basic particle system stuff, but I did want to show off the two sort of bonus objectives that I went for. First and foremost being repulsors and attractors. So if we go open up the code really quick, a particle system can itself hold any number of repulsors or attractors. So let's say purple smoke. Let's give him an attractor, and we'll put it in the middle of the screen. So we'll say screen width divided by 2, screen height divided by 2, and we'll make it quite strong. So let's give it a strength of like 800. So yeah, so parameters there are just, the x position, the y position, and the strength of the repulsor, or attractor in this case. And let's run it, and we'll see in a second, we'll see everything kind of getting sucked toward that repulsor as it goes. So we have a little bit of a gravity effect that's happening, but now we also have this big, cool repulsor, or attractor, which gives you these really awesome swirly shapes. And let's just show off that we have repulsors too. So let's go over to sparks.add repulsor, and let's say we'll put it right in the top right corner. And let's make that very strong. Let's make that like a 1600, so it's super obvious what's going on, and because there's a lot more gravity going on with that one. So here we have purple smoke again with an attractor in the center of the screen that's causing these cool ripples. Switch over to sparks, and you can now see they're getting strongly blown because up in the top left there's a big, super strong repulsor. Repulsors and attractors themselves, they aren't following any kind of an inverse square law, but they do at least repulse or attract based on their relative position to every particle in the scene, which is quite nice. The other thing I did, which wasn't exactly in the instructions, but I noticed it was just kind of an easy thing I could add, so I went ahead and did it. One of the controls you can put on a particle system is a color. So every particle is a textured quad, but then they all share the same texture, and then on top of that they can all share a sort of color filter that gets applied on top of the texture. So, I put a little bit of a yellow on my spark texture because the baseline spark wasn't quite popping against the black background, and I put this magenta on the smoke texture to make it a purple smoke, but we can make that blue. Any SF color we want, we can make it. And let's see what that looks like with blue. And you can see it looks just the same, but now everything is blue instead of purple. So pretty neat. There we go. 15,000 particles at once. I can crank this up to like, I think 25,000 on this computer before I start to hit serious performance issues. That's my particle system.